So this is just a very quick overview and generalization of what you can expect to find with the splash asset. This is a stress test of sorts, a couple of dozen copies of the effect playing. This is on my laptop, 3070 Ti. You can see we're not dropping any frames here. If you want to set it up, you can just access this event here. I'm trying to make it like as play and plug as possible, as simple as possible to use. If you really need to do any kind of look dev, you can grab one of the components here. I'm not sure if components is technically the correct word. And if we just go through the phase, we can do that. So my splash asset is effectively fully 3D. A comparison I could find was within the Epic content examples, which you can get for free from the Epic launcher. This example and other similar ones, unfortunately, it's not very performant.
This is not much different than what we talked about with the gases. They're not very fast. They're really only good when you have a cinematic shot right now or a very specific reel.
But I did find this example from Asher, which he is running at 60 FPS. So I don't know what graphic card he's running this on. My testing is on my laptop so far, 3070 Ti. There is some other mentions about using 2D to look 3D and such things.
And we'll have an example of that in a little bit, where you can do things that sort of mimic a 3D shape but are actually simulated in 2 dimensions. They're really not good for things like this type.
So I'm not sure of all of the setups with Asher's example, and when I go in to actually test much further, I tend to get some it tends to get very involved, and I get issues with video card memory and other such things. So some other notable examples would be like Niagara Fluids. Do I have? Yep, here we go. But I couldn't. I mean, that's a notable example as far as liquid simulation stuff. But I couldn't really find a good example for a splash, the kind of splash that I've got. Fluid flux, but that's, again, I don't think that's got. In passing, I haven't seen any examples which would directly compare to with what I'm doing, and that looks very expensive as well. But to be very clear, these fluid simulations and kind of engine simulations are awesome and amazing and fantastic. I'm just trying to offer something that's much simpler in comparison and easier to use. My setup is pre-simulated, so, and it's much more limited. Obviously these fluids can do all kinds of amazing, interesting things and used for multiple scenarios. I'm also not saying it's impossible for someone to create a Niagara Fluids splash that is well optimized and performant. I'm just mentioning what I happen to have come across so far. And with my particular asset, it's set up in the kind of way that I would find useful for my own game development, and I hope others will be able to find it useful for their games, visualizations, and cinematics also. Thank you.